Hello, my little pumpkins. Did you miss me? I certainly missed you. Welcome to spooky season. And finally, the first episode in our special spooky season series, Louisiana Legends, Witches of the Bayou. Tonight's tale takes us back down the road into Plaquemines Parish, Buras, Louisiana, to tell the tale of the witch of Bayou August, Felicity St. Anne. Felicity was a very talented medicine woman, if you will. She would make potions and salves to cure whatever ailment you had. Many people swore by her medicines, saying that Felicity had brought them back from the brink of death. But she was also known to help people who had trouble conceiving. And of course, if you wanted that special lover, Felicity knew how to draw them to you. And if you had an enemy that you wanted to get rid of, well, Felicity could help you with that too. Now, Felicity was also a very, very intelligent businesswoman. She had taken over her family's business, fishing and trawling. Now, some people speculated that she used a little magic in her business to keep it going because, well, Felicity had some of the best seafood in town, and she often put other fishermen out of business. But who truly knows? Now, Felicity's downfall, as many women have, is always love a man. So in love that you don't see them for who they truly are. Felicity was married to a man named Claude St. Anne, a grifter, a thief, a hustler, if you will. Very unscrupulous in his business practices. He was often upset because Felicity would never let him take over her family's business. So Claude began to plot on how he could take everything away from Felicity, including her life. Now, one would think a witch would know, but again, blinded by love. It doesn't matter what talents you may or may not have. You will never see the truth coming until it is too late. And one day, Felicity's too late came. Her and Claude were out on their boat, trawling, getting ready to set the nets up, to drop them over the side, to bring in some of those delicious fresh shrimp to the dock. Felicity was winching the nets up into the air when Claude came up from behind her, pushed her into the net. Felicity, being caught off guard, got twisted and tangled in the net. And keep in mind, these nets are very heavy. And when they drop in the water, they go straight to the bottom. Felicity knew in those moments what Claude was planning to do. And she gathered herself and prepared for what was to come, while Claude winched the nets out over the water and slowly pulled the rope to lower them. Felicity accepted her fate, but not before reminding Claude with a smile on her face, I will see you again very soon, Claude, and I'm going to make sure I take you with me. He just looked at her as he dropped the nets into the water, and he watched her sink into the abyss. Now, Claude stayed out for hours. He wanted to make sure the job was done. Now, just because he didn't wholeheartedly believe in his wife's witchy ways didn't mean that he wasn't just a little bit curious and wanting to make sure, just in case, I want to really make sure she's gone. So hours later, he pulls up to the dock and he feigns a panic, and he tells everyone Felicity went over the side when they were dropping the trawl nets. And he looked and looked and looked and tried to find her, and he couldn't. And everyone hopped onto their boats and went out to the area where he told them she was last seen. And for days they looked, searched, to no avail. So finally, after a few days, they determined that Felicity would never be found, but they would have a proper memorial for her out in the water. Several boats gathered. Many people from the town stood at the shore, making offerings of flowers, saying prayers. The boats went out into the water and did the same, dropping wreaths into the water to honor Felicity's memory. Claude, doing his best to fake the role of grieving husband. Funny thing though, the people reported a gathering alligators in the area where they were doing the memorial. Something never seen before along Bayou August. Strange behavior from alligators, just sitting in the water in groups. All of them pointed in the direction of Felicity and Claude's boat. It was the talk of the town when everyone got back. Claude, well, he was ecstatic, happy. He was finally going to get his hands on everything that Felicity had built. All of the money. It was finally his. Or so he thought. One evening, Claude is out on Bayou August in a little pirogue with a lady friend, messing around, giggling, having a good time, when all of a sudden they hear a woman's voice. Claude, Claude, I see you. I'm coming to take you with me, Claude. And Claude and the woman are looking around. They're out in the middle of the water, in the middle of the bayou. Who could possibly be out here calling his name? And then a fog starts rolling in across the bayou. Thick, heavy, and it gets extremely cold. And Claude's lady friend begins to panic, wanting to go back. And Claude tells her, we've just had too much to drink. Calm down. It's the bayou. And then there's a bump against the pirogue, and it begins to drift. And then another bump. And now Claude is starting to panic because it's foggy. He can't see what's going going on? And he hears that voice. Claude, I'm coming to take you with me, my love. And he's shaking his head because he knows that voice. It's Felicity. And that bump against the pirogue hits a little harder. And he takes a look over the side. And in the water, looking right back at him, is the biggest gator he's ever seen. And then that gator says, Claude, I'm here to get you, my love. And he grabs a paddle and tries to struggle to get away. But that pirogue ain't moving, Shell. And don't you know, that gator rises up out of the water, leans back, and according to Claude's lady friend, that gator smiled. Opened its mouth, and in one swoop, Claude disappeared. And don't you know, that lady friend frantically got herself back to shore, running and screaming, telling everyone Claude had been eaten by a 40-foot gator that talked and smiled. Oh, Cher. It didn't sound so crazy, though, because many people knew that Claude got exactly what he deserved. So, the next time you are out in your pirogue drifting around Bayou August, keep your eyes peeled for a 40-foot gator that talks and smiles. And when you see it, smile and wave and tell Felicity, hello. This has been the first installment of our spooky season series, Louisiana Legends, Bayou Witches. Felicity St. Anne, the witch of Bayou August. I'll see you later, Gator.